What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? My father, Booker T. Schley, changed his name to Jerry, so it would not be determined he was a Negro from his name on application forms. Born in Louisiana, he was 17 when he migrated to New York City seeking a better life. I was born and raised in Harlem, the Black Mecca, known for its artists, writers, and musicians. Take the A train. My family lived on 121st Street between 7th and Lenox Avenues. I walked past the Teresa Hotel when going to the Apollo Theater or other places on 125th Street like Bloomstein's department store where Martin Luther King Jr. was stabbed in 1958. Occasionally, I ate in Chock-full of Nuts, one of the businesses forced to hire blacks after boycotts led by Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Sometimes, my father would take me to Montmorency Park, where we would climb the hill to the bell tower to obtain a 360-degree view of Harlem. That hill was my first mountain. I saw a different world when I rode with my father on the number 2 bus to Fifth Avenue. That route, now called Museum Mile Drive, led us to New York University, the school my father attended at night. My mother, Jean, played the numbers daily in Miss Sally's shoe shine shop. One summer evening when I was a teen, my bag was snatched as I exited the subway. Word went out on the street. Within 24 hours, Miss Jean's daughter's bag was returned to Miss Sally's shoe shine shop. When I was entering at the beginning of the 6th grade, I was transferred to a different school because schools were rezoned. My father took me to the new school and returned the next day to ensure that I was placed in a special progress class. 2 months later, he died. Leukemia. I woke up the morning my father died, crying from a dream where he said goodbye to me. I ran to my mother's bedroom to tell her about the dream. While she was assuring me he was okay, the hospital called to inform her Daddy had died. I cried a lot. Who's going to help me with my math? I practiced the piano daily because Daddy wanted me to play the piano. I danced in the living room. I laughed when my mother would glide behind me or sometimes kick up her heels. While undergoing exam preparation to enter special high schools like music and art, I became a pawn in a power play among teachers, which resulted in me being penalized for leaving the after-school glee club. The principal summoned my mother to the school, stating I was a troublemaker. Mama questioned the justification for 2 music teachers lowering my music grades to barely passing. I was not accepted into music and art high school. The glee club director said my music skills, my piano skills were just not that good. I stopped playing the piano. I was admitted into the honors program at the High School of Commerce, which was located where the Juilliard School now stands. I wanted to be a choreographer. My high school advisor told me to learn stenography. Secretary, nurse, or teacher is your path. I ended up one of 9 black students in a predominantly white campus at Rider College. I was placed in a single room, no roommate. I felt alone and out of place. Isolated in a cell, I dealt with being a black girl from Harlem. I graduated from college the year Martin Luther King was assassinated. A year later, I obtained a teaching position at Booker T. Washington Junior High School 54. I was given a group of students who disrupted their classes. The formation of the class was unorthodox. The city was our classroom. We spent a lot of times in museums, theaters, parks, libraries. The community provided our resources. When Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts established an Arts Institute for Education, I was thrilled when I was invited to participate in a 3-year trial study. I attended workshops led by professional artists. I went to the after-school workshops. I also attended the Summer Institute every summer. The Institute also sent artists into our classrooms to support me as a teacher. January 15th, 1982, my mother died. I was at that point 9th grade supervisor. The yearbook's dedication addressed the question in Langston Hughes' poem entitled Harlem. What happens to a dream deferred? The students wrote poems about fulfilling dreams, and then they recited them at the graduation ceremony. Others performed a dance interpretation of the song, The Greatest Love of All, while the chorus sang the lyrics to the words, to the song. Instead of pomp and circumstance, the band played Herb Alpert's Rise as the graduates marched into the auditorium. The graduation ceremony was my quiet tribute to my mother. I spent that summer grieving in a Spanish immersion program in Guadalajara, Mexico. The following year, I drove across country, stopping in different states to connect with family and friends. Time passed. I visualized receiving an award for being an effective principal. The award came from the mayor of the city of New York, Rudy Giuliani. After 33 years of being an educator, I retired and received the Chancellor's Merit Award. And then I focused on moving. I looked for an apartment in or near Manhattan. I had been living in the Bronx for 31 years in the same apartment, and I felt stuck. I decided to visit my brother Jerry, who was living in Bellevue, Washington. The day before returning to New York, I went with my brother and his wife condo hunting. They looked at units in various sections of Seattle. There was this one unit, the layout, the water view. I was captured. The next morning, before going to the airport, I met with the realtor, Keith. responded, Kismet. This unit just returned to the market the day before yesterday. That afternoon, I sat in my plane seat, wondering, what just happened? What the fuck did I do? I've been living in Seattle 10 years when my goddaughter came to visit me. We discussed my desire and my dream to celebrate my 70th birthday by dancing across the stage. I was involved with Seattle Rep through the Ambassadors Program when they decided to launch a program called Public Works. I decided to attend various workshops, not realizing that the objective was to have people audition for the production of the Odyssey. A few months later, after my 70th birthday, I was dancing on the Bagley Wright stage. I began to visualize myself dancing on stage at 100 and receiving an award. My friends in my Go group said that they would be in the audience. And they came to my performance in As You Like It. They brought flowers and this trophy. We set the next goal for my 75th year. March 4th, 2022, I celebrated my 75th birthday. And here I am celebrating and fulfilling my goal. Listen as the day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be bold.